What is going on, everybody? I'm back again with another vlog. I'm in Queens, New York, and this time I'm gonna walk from Long Island City to Jackson Heights. Gonna be a little bit of a long walk, but I'm gonna see the contrast of the neighborhoods. I would start from here, probably walk through Northern Blvd, and end up by Diversity Plaza in Jackson Heights. So we're gonna see how different the neighborhood changes. This is like the most developed area in Queens, so I'm gonna show you guys, so join me. So this over here is Court Square, and it kind of gives you a vibe like if you're in Manhattan with all the high-rise buildings that's coming up. Like the other days I did like a live stream around here, and I was just shocked to see all the skyscrapers that has been popping up. And if you keep walking towards that way, you see more and more developments going on. And there's like a little plaza over here, greenery, but then when I go towards that way, there's gonna be also like a little square with some parks, and you're gonna see like the subway trains passing above ground. It's beautiful. Like the last time I came, I don't remember seeing so much trees over here, so I guess things change little by little. And then there's like another park. Like I say, it's already fall, so the weather's starting to get cold, so I know the leaves are gonna turn orange or red, and it's not gonna be here anymore, so we just gotta join it. We just gotta enjoy it, you know, to the fullest, but let's keep walking forward to see what can we find. There's over here Jackson Boulevard, and it kind of reminds me of Flatbush Avenue in Brooklyn with all the high-rise buildings and development going on. But I think this one's even more interesting because it's like more happening around. You see like business happening around in the first floor. And then even better when I get to the intersection ahead of me, we're gonna see subway stops going on. But yeah, there's also like a couple of hotels around here too. So a lot of people, you know, you can stay around here and be by the subway stop, and within a few minutes you're already in Manhattan. Made a little detour to show you around what's going on over here, so you can have an idea of all these developments. I can tell this is all like brand new buildings over here. There's like an old building over here. I remember seeing this, but I don't remember seeing like this high-rise buildings. And I think the train tracks all were there behind, like the Long Island Railroad. So yeah, it's like probably like condos and high-rise buildings. And then, like I said, it keeps going right here. Gonna build more developments over here. Like I say, this is Jackson Avenue, and once I pass the park, where you see the intersection of the overpassage of the subway trains, it's gonna merge and it's gonna turn into Northern Blvd, which is the main avenue here in Queens. Now I'm passing under a highway. And Northern Blvd is really big because it has like a lot of business, car dealerships, and it goes all the way to Flushing, all the way to Murray Hill, Bayside, so it's really like a big avenue. This is a hotel, I love hotels. I like the design, it's really beautiful. In the glass building, and then where you see this, they're gonna build more. And then behind me, they're gonna build more too, so development doesn't stop over here. So this area, they kind of border like Manhattan, and the same happened with Brooklyn, so I guess every borough that borders Manhattan, they try to expand the development with the skyscrapers. And also if you go to Jersey, like Jersey City, there's skyscrapers that borders with Manhattan across the river, so you see a lot going on. But yeah, even in Queens, Brooklyn, you're gonna see skyscrapers. Then once I pass underneath the subway tracks over here is when the neighborhood is gonna give a huge change. You're gonna see the difference from one side of the neighborhood to another one. Here's Queens Plaza, and it's served by the subway train right here, E-train, M-train, R-train. This is like one of my favorite areas in Long Island City. I don't know, it just was pretty cool, the park and the subway train passes. So I'm gonna walk forward and probably stand underneath and see if I can capture the subway passing above ground. This is an urban park right here in the middle of all these high-rise buildings and the subway train passing around here. And really cool, they even got like a bike lane, so I think it's a good area to bike, so maybe one day I'll do a bike video. I think it passes all over Queens Boulevard, then you can end up in Queens Bridge. There you see the train tracks. But no trains are passing by. I only managed to capture one, then the high-rise buildings. And you can walk in the middle of all of this over here. So, like I said, Northern Boulevard is over that way. I'm gonna walk all the way there to Jackson Heights. And I'm showing you what's going on around here. So now I'm just gonna make the stretch of Northern Boulevard, and I kind of got a little bit of a long way to go, but it is possible. The weather is perfect. I think I've done longer walks than this. It just happens that it has been a minute since I've done this, but let's do it, you know? So as you can see, Northern Boulevard always hectic with traffic. There's like a main avenue over here, so we're gonna do it. And then once I walk around Northern Boulevard, I'm gonna be between Long Island City and Astoria, Queens. To my left hand is gonna be Astoria, and then to my right hand is gonna be Long Island City. And I told you, once I pass the train tracks, the neighborhood changes. You can see the difference over here, a lot of storage. This is Northern Boulevard, they got a bike lane. There's gonna be some car dealership ahead of me. But we're only literally like 10 minutes from Manhattan. It's probably like a warehouse, but it's pretty interesting, the architecture, the design and stuff. And then if you guys have seen my Flushing videos, you guys know I walk through Northern Boulevard, so it's pretty different from this one. Over here it looks pretty tight. Over there's like a little bit more wider. Then if you make a left, you're gonna end up in regular neighborhoods. It's kind of like the borderline of Astoria right there, so I guess this is a police precinct. Yeah, not much happening around this area. Like I say, just a lot of like probably empty buildings and the highway. But if I see something more interesting, I'm gonna show you guys. Like I said, I got a little bit of a long walk, but I'm in a good mood to do it, so perfect weather, so we're gonna do it. And there's a gas station over here. It's been a minute, but I think where I live, it's like $3 or $4. Here's, I don't know if you can see it, here's $5.49, so a little pricey. I know there's being issues with gas. I mean, good thing I don't really drive that much, but I guess for the Uber drivers and people who rely driving, must be like a huge expense. And then the cool thing is that some of the streets in New York City, they connect. Like I'm walking here, and ahead of me is a main street that goes all the way through Astoria, which is Steinway. It's over here. Then if you make a left, it goes all the way through Astoria, and you're gonna see a lot of stores, a lot of shops, which I made a few streams and a video over there, so it's gonna be pretty cool. And like I say, Steinway has a lot of stores, a lot of shops, and a lot of restaurants. And if you go like at the end of Astoria, it literally turns that area into like a Middle Eastern community. So you're gonna see a lot of Middle Eastern places, mostly Egyptian, a lot of hookah bars. So if you have a chance to explore, I highly recommend it. And like I say, this road is full of a lot of car dealerships. And this is the Lexus of Queens. Then if you go ahead, it's gonna be a big car dealership called Woodside, which is actually the biggest, if I'm not mistaken, the biggest used car dealership, not in New York, in the whole world. That's what I think it is, so yeah, pretty interesting. Then you see some beautiful art here. It might be like a restaurant. I like the decoration. La Choza de Gordo. Looks like it's a Latin restaurant over here. See Venezuela flag, Colombia. Pretty huge restaurant. And they got the menu over here. Looks amazing. Food, churrasco, burgers, so yeah. And it's pretty cool because if you guys want to purchase a car, and sometimes, you know, it takes time, and while you wait, you can just walk across the street and get some bite. Because I know, because I purchased my car in this street, Northern Boulevard, and I took a break and I had some lunch around here. I don't know if they're still there, but there used to be a couple of food trucks too. And there used to be like a Chinese buffet in the shopping center, which I'm probably gonna pass by it ahead. You see car dealerships from different brands. But if I'm not mistaken, it might be part of the Mayor World, like all of this all together. Makes it like the biggest used car dealership. Subaru, and the other side, then they got this one, Harley Davidson.
Like the Fat Boys?
So pretty huge. And I think they open 7 days a week too, so Makes it convenient if you guys want to get a car. But in my opinion, if you live around here in New York City, depending what area, I don't think you really need a car. There's traffic jam, parking, and all of that. It might give you like a headache. So it's kind of like a luxury to have a car here. And here you got more. These are all used cars. Used cars. And like I say, the main point of me doing this video, walking around here, which I've been to both neighborhoods, but it's just to show you the contrast, you know, of Queens or New York City when you walk through a highway and it changes from one side to another one. I got to say, the sky is beautiful today, blue. Really beautiful. And then there you see, you cannot really see it because of this camera, it doesn't zoom, but Mayor World Chevrolet is right there. So I guess all of this is connected together. And then if you look over here, you see like some regular buildings that's part of Astoria, Queens. Some of the streets. One of my favorite Puerto Rican restaurants is around here called The Freaking Weekend. So it's pretty convenient with this car dealership, only a couple blocks away. So like my two top Puerto Rican restaurants are Casa Adela and The Freaking Weekend in Queens. You can see I walk all of that where the buildings are, and I still got a long way to go. Even Manhattan can be seen over here, and the sky is beautiful with the sun. Here you can see the Mayor World Chevrolet, pretty big dealership here in New York City, and it connects all of this. Like it's massive. Used cars. And this is how they're gonna develop something over here where you see those buildings. That's Astoria, Queens right there, so beautiful. And then behind this area, there are like some developments in the back, and I think that's Sunnyside, which I made a video over there. So a lot of neighborhoods that connect over here, like Astoria, Long Island City, Sunnyside, and even part of Woodside. So that's one thing I love about Queens. Then this side is for the Cadillac. So I guess it's like each brand of car have their own building. Because across the street, you can't see it, but Mitsubishi is over there. So it's like, I guess that's what makes it so massive and so huge. Then there's still car dealerships going on. And this area gets a little bit more busier because there's like a couple of stores, restaurants, and the main avenue here, Broadway, I'm gonna be getting close to it, and that's where I'm gonna merge and make a right turn, and the neighbor is gonna turn into Woodside, Queens. So I'm gonna walk over there and then make it to Jackson Heights. Getting closer here, you see a shopping center with the main highway, so you know, it's a pretty cool highway, but I feel it gets busy with traffic jam. And then there's some apartment complex over here, so this must be kind of like the borderline of Woodside, because I just passed Woodside Avenue. But I'm gonna make it to Broadway, and then Broadway is the main avenue around this area. Walking in the bike lane because they're doing some development to my right hand, and then ahead of me is Broadway. And then you see all the business over here. Because like I say, between Woodside and Jackson Heights, those are pretty diverse neighborhoods and they offer a lot. So this is Broadway over here. And I will make my right hand and walk a little bit further, and then I'm gonna end up in Jackson Heights. And this is it over here. I'm at Broadway. I'm passing underneath a bridge, which is the Long Island Railroad. Passes Jamaica, other neighborhoods, and ends up in Long Island. But yeah, still some dealership going on over here. But then once I go towards that way, it's gonna be more like business, restaurants. It's gonna end this neighborhood. This street passes by Elmhurst, passes by the hospital, by the main street over there, and you're gonna see like a lot of signs and stuff, international signs. So I made a detour to show you what the area looks like. Beautiful. Some nice houses, residential, because like I say, this neighborhood is pretty residential. And that's one thing about New York City. You can end up in main highways like Northern Blvd or Broadway, but once you make like a little turn in the regular streets, you end up like in streets like this with houses and stuff. So all the activity happens like in the main street, that's all the noise, but then you go in the street like this, and it's pretty quiet. You can see how it turns residential with apartment complex. There are also houses around, but yeah. Broadway and 60th Street. More apartments over here. And really lovely neighborhood, you know. And super diverse. You see people from all backgrounds living around here. These are actually co-ops for sale. I guess they're like cooperative I guess they're like working class, you know, apartments. And then 61st Street is right there. And it's like a main street around Woodside, served by the Long Island Railroad and 7 train if you make a left. So here you see a lot of business going on. And then the further I walk up, the more you're gonna see what's happening, so.
Hey man, are you vlogging?
Yeah.
Hey yo, we at 6'5" with it, gra boom.
There goes an airplane, I guess because LaGuardia Airport is not far from here. There's like many markets around here. Now I'm going up a hill and there's a bridge, and I think the tracks they pass over there. It's also like a subway stop. But yeah, I've never been in this part, so it's pretty cool. And it's the beauty about exploring, you know. I did a long walk, but you can see how each neighborhood starts changing. And over here you got a subway stop, 65th Street, the M train and the R train. And there's a little park there where the kids can play. You got them all over New York City, you know, but it's still pretty cool. Dang, Interstate 278 is right here. And then, like I said in one of my previous blocks, Woodside is kind of surrounded by the highway. So I'm not sure if it might divide the neighborhoods, but that's a busy highway right there. Interstate 278, and it takes you to LaGuardia Airport. You can connect to other major highways. Then it keeps going over here ahead of me. So it's like a detour. And then this is still Broadway, and over here it's so busy with the traffic jam and everything. You can see like a mixture of houses surrounded by all these cars over here. And now it's going to be an intersection of Roosevelt Avenue with Broadway. It's going to be pretty cool. So this over here is Jackson Heights. And this over here, I recognize the area. I just never walked further from where I'm coming from. But yeah, I can start seeing Pakistani restaurant. And this section over here is pretty much known for the South Asian area, like Indian, Bangladesh, Pakistani. But you see a little bit of everything, like Tibet, Nepali. So yeah. Pretty cool, amazing restaurants over here. And then I never eat around here, but I heard it's pretty good. This place called Kebabish. So I guess they do like kebabs and stuff. It's like a hole in the wall, but I heard the food is pretty good over here. Got the outdoor dining. It must be this one over here. So maybe one day I'll give it a try. They got a bakery. They also got some barber shops around here. Actually, the video that some bloggers made was right here. Punjabi, not only they do haircuts, but they do massage videos. So yeah, you can smell the food too, and it smells pretty good. And then ahead of me to my left is Diversity Plaza, which is pretty busy around Jackson Heights, but I love it so far. And they got more restaurants over here. And they got a food court. So pretty cool. And then that's Diversity Plaza right there, and 74th Street is over there too, and it's pretty busy. So one of the main subway lines, all right here, like a station that connects with a lot of subway lines, and if you go over there, you could take the Link Rail bus that connects you to LaGuardia Airport. I've shown before my betas, but I'll show again. This is Diversity Plaza, and super diverse. You can see like Bangladeshi shops, Indian shops, and they sell a little bit of everything from clothes to food or anything you want to get. You see them all chilling over here. People from all backgrounds. And this is the most diverse neighborhood in New York City, and probably one of the most in the world too. So from about 150 to 170 languages are spoken around here.
Hey, hi, this is Queen.
Hello. But yeah, pretty cool. And then this is 74th Street, and it's the main avenue. And of course, the main street here, 74th Street. Got a diner, they got shops, cerise shops. You can hear the airplanes because, like I said, the airport is not far from here, so stores like this. It's a diner.
You should have pure gold.
Not too busy today. There's actually traffic jam, but usually I will see more people, but you can see how they dress and stuff, and it's pretty interesting. The colors and everything. And things like this makes me want to, you know, travel abroad. And then you got Patel Brothers, which is a big Indian supermarket, so. And across the street they got like more shops, bride shops, jewelry and stuff. They got it over here too, so you can see the busyness going on. Also street vendors. And then here's where you're gonna see all the colors. But it doesn't do justice in the video. It's better if you see it like in real life. Yeah. See a Nepali flag, so like I say, a little bit of everything. And yeah. And then ahead of me is 37th Avenue, which is Main Street over here too. It goes to other neighborhoods in Queens. This is 37th Avenue, it's busy. We got street vendors. We got street food. Also, they got some couple of Bangladeshi street foods. You can see the diversity here, which is one of the things I love about New York City. So everything with face masks, colors, clothes, outfits, styles, you name it all. They got a market bazaar. You can't really see it and they decorate this Eid Mubarak and says Jackson Heights right here, so I guess in the nighttime it's an adventure. And a supermarket right here. I tell you, every time I come to this neighborhood, no matter what, even though I know what it looks like, it's just an adventure. I think this side is more like for Bangladeshi side.
Great discount, great discount, great discount.
You see Bangladesh Plaza. It's like a little and then apartments, and if you get outside like this strip, it turns into a residential area, so that's pretty interesting. So that was the end of my video, walking all the way from Long Island City to Jackson Heights. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.